everyone, so today I'm going to be doing an Ulta haul try-on video. So this is gonna be like my first time using some new products that I ordered from Ulta, so I thought it'd be a little bit more interesting than just showing you what I got and not really knowing anything about it. So let's get started. So I only got a few things, but it always amazes me at how even only getting a couple things, how quickly the total will add up at Ulta. So not too many new things, and yeah, let's just get started. So the first thing I got, this is from Sleek Makeup. This is the Bare Kissed Illuminator in Pretty in Paris, and I got this because I a few months ago had run out of my Boots number 7, like what was it called, highlights illuminating lotion or something like that, but I don't think they make that anymore, and I've been wanting something to replace that, so this is kind of the next best thing, I guess. This was $11.99, and I think there's only 2 colors that they have on the Ulta one, but I think they have like other colors that they sell either on their website or maybe they've discontinued them. But this one is Pretty in Paris, and it's just kind of like a pearly pink color. I think this is technically like a liquid highlighter, but I like to just use this all over my face as kind of just an all over glow for under my foundation. So we will see if it turns out as good. I always like these to put under just because I like my skin to have a little bit more of a glow to it, because I am so dry. My skin can look very dull and lifeless. And so that's just with one pump applied. I think it definitely made a difference. I'm going to take just a tiny bit more and kind of go over a little bit more of my cheekbone areas because my foundation does kind of cover quite a bit. And so this is with it applied with a little bit more. It overall has a very thin texture to it. It's not thick or goopy. It's probably also a little bit thinner than the like Boots number 7 one that I really loved, but I think that overall look-wise it looks pretty similar to about how my other one would be. I'll have to try this again as like just a liquid highlighter and see how it works with that. But for overall face, I like it so far. So I'm gonna speed quickly through the products that I don't really have anything new to show. For my foundation, I'm just using the e.l.f. Acne Fighting Foundation. This isn't new, I've had this for quite a while, so I will come back to share some of the new products. So the next product I got, this one is a new one. It's by Makeup Revolution, and it is called the Conceal and Define Full Coverage Concealer. So this was $7, and there were I think about like 18 different color ranges, so I think as far as like the colors that they hit was pretty good. Like the lightest one, this is the one C1 that I got. So that's the lightest one, and from judging from the website, it looks like the darkest color is actually fairly dark, and it looks like there's a good range between like the lightest to the darkest. I feel like maybe the in between there could be a little bit more. It seems like there could definitely be a few more colors like on the darker end, but as far as purely just the lightest color to the darkest color, I think they did pretty well, but I think there can always be more colors. So this one is C1. Like I said, it is the lightest color. I don't really know if this is supposed to be like the Shape Tape or anything. It doesn't necessarily look like it, but that's just kind of what I thought about when I first saw it. So I don't know if that was like intentional or not, but it's only $7, so I thought I would give it a try. So the C1 color says it is for fair skin tones with neutral undertones. So this has a very large doe foot applicator, kind of another thing that makes me think of the Another thing that kind of makes me think of the Tarte Shape Tape, which I've actually never used, but I've seen a million videos about it. So I'm just gonna dab a little bit under my eyes and see how it applies and how it looks. It definitely has a little bit more of a thinner texture. It's not really thick or anything. It seems to blend pretty okay with just my finger. Sometimes I like to use my finger first to blend it because I feel like it keeps most of the coverage. Sometimes if I go right away with the sponge, it just kind of like soaks up a lot of the product. But if I do use my finger, I'll kind of just pat it in. Like I said, it kind of keeps more of that coverage, and then I'll go back over the edges overall with the sponge to kind of soften anything I missed. So that's with one application. I think I'm gonna do just a little bit more just to kind of see how it builds. I just like smeared it on my contact lens, and I like temporarily went blind for a second. So that's how it looked, kind of built up a bit. I actually really like this so far for like the first impression. It definitely brightened the area a lot. I think that the color was perfect for my skin tone. I was a little wary at first because I thought maybe I picked one too light, but I think it blends nicely and it's not too harsh of a color. And again, I think there are so many color options to choose from. I think it's a great start. So I'll have to see how it wears and if it creases, but I will definitely set this just because I always set my concealers, because there's never a concealer that doesn't like crease on me. Even when I do set them, they still crease, but it's just my curse. So I will be putting a little bit of the e.l.f. Setting powder under my eyes. I really like how it doesn't feel wet or kind of tacky at all under my eyes. Sometimes the Hard Candy Glamouflage Concealer, that's like one of my favorites for coverage, but it definitely stays a little bit more of that tacky kind of emollient texture. This one definitely kind of set nicely even without the setting powder. So hopefully this one works out pretty well, because for $7 I think that's a great price, and you get a decent amount in here. You get 3.4 milliliters in it, so I think that this would probably be a really good deal if you find a color that works for you. So the next thing I ordered, I have been on the hunt for like the perfect contour kind of product for me, and like something that's like preferably in a single package so I don't have to have like a huge palette or anything like that. So this is one I've been meaning to try forever, and I've just only now gotten around to it. It's the NYX HD Blush in the color Taupe. So this is what it looks like. It's a little bit more of a cool toned product, so I'm really excited to try this. Hopefully this is like my contour prayers answered, because this was I think $6.99, and a lot of the times they have like buy one get one 50% off or kind of things like that. So I ended up getting another thing, and looking back on it I'm like, why did I do that? But this I ended up getting for $2.50, and this is the NYX singles kind of contour that comes like a refill for the palette. Now I don't own the palette, and I didn't really quite think about it, but since it is a refill, there is no like actual packaging to this. So since it is just like a refill pan, there's not really any packaging to this, but I ended up getting one of the other colors. This one is the color Sienna. It was like the cool tone, the most cool tone one I could find in the little options. So these are the two colors next to each other if you want an idea of like what they compare like. So this one is the Taupe, this one is Sienna. Sienna is just slightly more warm toned than Taupe, but I think that they're definitely really close colors. Definitely both cool tone overall, but this one is just a tiny bit warmer. So kind of inconvenient since I don't really have any like single thing to put this in, but I'll have to figure something out and see how well it works. So today I'm going to contour with the Taupe color and see how it works. I'm just going to pick up a little bit of time because I don't know how pigment this is going to be. But already I can tell I like this color tone so much more than the other products I have been using lately. I will compare it to what I used to use. Hang on. So this is the side with nothing, and this is the side with the contour. It's definitely nicely pigmented at first, but it's not over the top. Like I feel like you definitely can easily build it up without it being just like too much at first, because that's one problem I usually have with contour is I will apply way too much at the very beginning, and then I kind of have this mess to blend out. This I feel like is working super easily to apply. I can build it up where I want more of that kind of cool tone color. But yeah, so far I can't believe I've waited this long to try this. So to compare it to what I had been using like for the last year, now granted this is a bronzer, so it's like not going to be as cool toned as I would like for contouring, but this is what I've been using. What's this called? Pretty Vulgar Bronzed Bee Son of a Bee bronzer, and then this is the new NYX one. So definitely a lot more cool toned, a lot more suitable for actual contouring. This I could still use for bronzing and things, but I have been using this for the longest time. I'd always be like, I don't like how my cheeks just look too orange, so I'm glad that now I have something to use that will be much more suited for my skin tone. And not to mention, this was like $6 and this was like $32. So I don't have any new blush, but quickly what I'm going to use is the Sephora Pantone Universe Radiant Orchid Cream Blush. This is what I've been using pretty much non-stop. I really just like how it looks. It's kind of one of those products that I used to be very intimidated with using, like a cream blush, especially when it's this kind of like bright of a color. But I find that if you just use the right kind of tool, it makes it so easy to blend in without it looking insane. So that's the blush that I'm using, and then I think I'll go back and use the Sleek Bare Kissed Illuminator for my highlighter. I'm not a huge fan of doing like liquid highlighters at the moment, but I do want to try to see how this would work as like a standalone product. I think the thinness of this product really works in its favor for using this as like an over the like cheekbone kind of highlighter, and it's not too wet where it feels like it's gonna like disrupt the product that I have underneath it, because that's one thing I don't like to do. If I do set my whole face with a powder, which I didn't do today, but if I do, it can kind of mess with it if I do something like this and put a cream on top. But I think that this is actually working out pretty nicely. So that is the highlighter, actually used as a highlighter. Really like this. It looks nice. It's not too over the top, and it doesn't exaggerate too much in my pores. I definitely have a lot of uneven texture here, so that's just gonna like be visible with any product that I use, but it's not like super over the top doing it. So I like this so far. So next I got an eyebrow pencil. This is from Essence. This is the Super Last 24 Eyebrow Pomade Pencil. And I got the one in the color Blonde. This one was $3.49. So usually I use like an actual like pot pomade one, but I like using pencils because they're very precise, and they're also very convenient. With the pot ones like this, you do have to like use a brush to apply it, which I've gotten used to and I like it, but sometimes I just want something super quick. So I wanted to use something like this to see if it would be any good. And I actually like spun it all the way up to see like how much product you really get in this. And I'd say you'd get like a good like 3.5 inches of product, which I think for the thickness of this product, that's not bad. So I'm gonna fill these in, see how it looks. So that's how it looks. It turned out really quick and easy. I like that this is not overly too soft, but then it's not too dry. The one problem I have is that since my since my eyebrows do not like grow all the way in, I do kind of have to like use a pomade to like kind of make it look a little bit more darker in that area since there's no hair. I can kind of fade it a little bit more and it doesn't look bad from afar, but I definitely would like to kind of fill those in a little bit more. And then on the end there is a little sharpener, and there's also this like little brush, which I'm not quite sure I've ever seen before on an eyebrow product. I'll have to do like an up close so you can see what this brush looks like. It's very interesting. It kind of almost seems to work like a brush and a like eyebrow comb almost at the same time. I don't know, interesting brush. I'm not really quite sure what it's supposed to do, but it's there. It's cool. And then the final product that I got to try is the L'Oreal Lash Paradise. I've never tried this. It's been out for quite a while now, and everyone says this is supposed to be like the best mascara. And it's supposed to be like the Too Faced better than sex, but better than sex. So I'm gonna do my eyes off camera and come back and see how this works. So I kept it pretty simple on my eyes. I just kind of did some of the matte colors from the Revealed Coastal Scents 2 palette. So let's see. I'm hoping this is gonna like amaze me or like just be truly incredible. I should have curled my lashes before. So this is with one coat. I really like how long it made my lashes look. I feel like my lashes hasn't looked that long with like just a regular mascara in like a while. So I'm gonna do another layer. I think that definitely did something very noticeable. I really like how that looks. Cool. Now I'm going to like do false lashes as well that I wanted to try out. So kind of a little, not necessarily pointless, but I'm gonna do the other eye, and then I'll definitely be using this and seeing how I like it. So far, first impression, this looks really nice. So I'm also gonna be trying some lashes. I am the world's like worst lash applier ever, and I'm always afraid of like getting used to using lashes because then I feel like I'll like have to rely on them to like look pretty. I know it's kind of stupid, but I got these lashes. These are from Kiss. These are the Lash Couture Faux Mink collection. This is what the box looks like. These are the style, I think it's Pitch. I think that's what the style of this one is. I'm usually used to using like the accent lashes. That's kind of like half a lash that you kind of do like on the outside half. So that's what I'm used to using. These are an actual like full strip lash, which I've not really used very much. So wish me luck. I'll have to see if I'm going to apply these well or not, but these look really pretty. They are super soft. I'm really used to using like some super cheap ones from like China though, so but these are super soft. They have a really nice curl to them, and I really like the wispy kind of clustered look that this has as well, and the band is super thin and flexible. So let's see how I apply them. So these are the lashes on this eye. I probably should have trimmed it a little bit more on the edge. It's kind of poking me just a little bit over here, so next time I will definitely kind of give these a little bit more of a trim. And I forgot to like actually hit record when I was applying these, but it's no good. I'm always like out of frame and you can't see anything. But here's with the one lash on, and then here's my natural lashes. So these are definitely a little bit more dramatic. They definitely feel a little bit different because I'm so used to wearing like accent lashes, so these probably look a little bit funny on me right now, but so far these lashes though, they like look really pretty. So I'm gonna apply the other one and show you what it all looks like. So these are what the lashes look like on. I definitely really love the style of them, but I think I definitely need to trim these. That was my bad. They definitely are poking just a little bit on the inner corner, and I wasn't able to get them to stick down really well, but that's just because they're a little bit too long for me. So next time I wear them, I'm sure I will trim them up so they'll look a little bit better. But yeah, overall the actual like lashes, I think they look super pretty. They're very soft, and I guess that's kind of like the faux mink kind of thing. But yeah, I really like these. I think that they look really nice, minus my horrible application. So overall, a quick recap of everything that I bought and used. So the sleek Bare Kissed Illuminator, pretty in Paris, I really liked this. I think I like this mostly for, like I said, applying under, like kind of all over my face under my foundation for just a little bit of a glow. I think that's my favorite way to apply it, but I think it works, you know, pretty well for just using it as like a cheek highlighter as well. But so I'm super happy with this, and to be honest, I don't think I'm like unhappy with anything that I got. So the next thing was the concealer from Makeup Revolution. So far it still looks really nice. I'll have to see how it wears through the night and see if it like, does it break up, or does it kind of like do any weird creasing, but so far it still looks really nice. I like the way it felt, and it was very affordable and had some good colors. Next was the NYX contouring, or I guess technically it was a blush, in the color Taupe. I think this might be my favorite product from this entire haul because I have been looking for something to contour with for a while, and I think that this just, I think it's it. It's definitely worth the money. It's super inexpensive anyway. You could probably get these like half off. So far I think this is my absolute favorite product. I'll have to give the single HD contour a try and see if I like this one more, but you know, to be honest, I think that I probably should have just stuck with that contour palette because now I don't know what I'm gonna do with this one, but I'll have to see if I like this one more, who knows. And plus it was only like $2.50 with the discount. The Essence eyebrow pencil, I liked this as well. Like I said, I'm not really unhappy with anything I got. I think that this worked nicely. I'll have to see how easy it is to remove, because that's one thing I hate about like my BH Cosmetics brow pomade. Like it stays. Like that's good, but it's also bad. Like when I want it to come off, I kind of have to work at it a little bit. But so far I like this. I think it's really easy and convenient. I think for like $3.50 you really can't go wrong. And I'll have to kind of see what this interesting little brush is about. And then finally the mascara. Again, I'll have to give this some more tries because I'm not really sure how it will like wear, or how it will remove, or you know, will it flake or anything. But so far, just from my very first impression of it, I think that it looked amazing on my lashes. So that is it for my Ulta kind of like haul try on video. I hope you guys found this a little bit more helpful than just a typical like, here's what I bought, I don't know anything about it, okay bye kind of videos. But that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please like and subscribe. You can follow me on Instagram, link is below. And until my next video, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.